Greetings everyone, welcome to the channel. We are the Lion Gaming crew, and in this Diablo 3 non-seasonal build guide video, we're going to be taking a look at the Vers Amazing Arcana, available now in both softcore and hardcore on PS4/PS5 consoles and Nintendo Switch. So if you're looking for any of the gear shown in this video, all you need to do is hit that link in the description, sign up for Discord if you're not already a member. First, when you join Discord, you're going to need to assign yourself a role. After you do that, you'll have access to all of our gear request channels. Find the proper channel according to the console you play on, and submit a request. Now, please note it may take up to 24 hours for your request to be fulfilled, so please be patient. But other than that though, big special shout out to each and every single one of my subscribers and each and every single member of the Discord community. We're almost at 1.5k members on Discord, and we're almost at 900 subs, so really, thank you all. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump right on into this build guide. So for our main weapon, we are picking up the Chantadoa's Will, my bad. It is dealing 1,385,325 damage per second. It is infused with the Gem of Ease, so you're going to get 8,000 experience per kill. And we have the 2-piece set bonus, utilizing the main hand and the offhand. For basically, it's going to give us every second while in Archon form, you expel Wave of Destruction, dealing 4,000% weapon damage to enemies within 30 yards. This damage scales with attack speed. Every time you hit with an attack while not in Archon form, 4,000% weapon damage is added to the Wave of Destruction, stacking up to 20 times. Very nice, and this is a level 1 Primal Ancient set wand. For the first piece of the Vers Amazing Arcana, codenamed Hero, it's got pretty good stats. It's got 6,235 intelligence, 1,125 to vitality. It's got 130 to resist all elements, 50% life, 220% critical hit damage, 14% critical hit chance, critical hits grant 7 arcane power, and the augment for 750 additional intelligence. You're also getting 70% gold from monsters, and it has a Season 25 Soul Shard affix, which reads killing an elite enemy reduces all your active cooldowns by 5 seconds, 27.7% for the reduce cooldown of all skills, and the reduce all resource cost, so not bad. And we do have the 6-piece set bonus, no Ring of Royal Grandeur needed, so you can feel free to slot whatever you want in that jewelry slot in your cube. And there is the 2-piece, 4-piece, and 6-piece set bonus shown on screen, just in case you want to pause the video and take a look at it in greater detail, by all means. Moving on into the shoulders, the second piece of the Vers Amazing Arcana set, codename Hero. This one is pretty much identical to the gloves, so we're not really going to touch on any of the affixes on this piece of gear, so let's just move right on into the chest. Now this one has a slightly higher intelligence value from the shoulders and the gloves. Other than that though, pretty much identical, so let's just move right on into the helm. Now everything is set for level 1 Primal Ancient, by the way. Just thought I'd throw that out there. This one is where things start to always change a little bit for our builds. We're getting 6,520 to intelligence, 1,125 to vitality, that 130 to resist all elements, and this time you're getting 111% life, 440% critical hit damage, 42.0% critical hit chance, 2 arcane power per second, critical hits grant 7 arcane power, the augment for 750 intelligence, you're getting 50% damage to undead, 17,376 life after each kill, 70% gold from monsters, and 38,625 health life from health potions and globes. Top of all of that, it is infused with the red soul shard, so you're periodically going to struggle for control, unleashing a ring of fire that inflicts 20,000% weapon damage to enemies it passes through, 1,000 to all stats, which is very nice, 35.0% for the cooldown of all skills, and 27.7% for the resource cost reduction. Moving on into the amulet. This is a rare level 1 amulet, the PvP amulet to be exact, buffing all main stats. You're also getting 5,000 to 6,000 damage. You're getting cold, fire, and percent damage. You're also getting percent attack speed at 105%, 10% for that critical hit chance, 23,936 life per hit, 200% damage to wizards only, the augment for 750 intelligence, ignores durability loss, and you get movement speed increases after killing an elite pack and picking up a health globe. 30% for 7 seconds for the elite pack, and 40% for 7 seconds for the health globe. On top of everything else we just touched on, you're also getting a lot of those Season 25 Soul Shard affixes and the bonuses from the legendary gems. Some of those good ones that we're going to highlight are killing elite enemy pulls all enemies within 40 yards toward the elite died. That is a very potent Soul Shard affix, which we all love. Very, very nice indeed. It's also got a legendary bonus. While channeling Arcane Torrent, Disintegrate, or Ray of Frost, the damage of your Energy Twister is increased by 250%. And you also cast Energy Twister every second. So you can use that. That is the Etch Sigil legendary bonus. We're not going to be using Energy Twister in this build, but you can feel free to experiment with it. That's what this gear is for. It's basically for, experimenting and stuff like that. You also get the Unstable Anomaly passive. Not too bad at all. 40.9% for the reduced cooldown of all skills. 61.2% for the resource cost reduction. 15% damage to the enemies, and that 25% movement speed increase. Moving on into the bracers. These are the Guild's Blood Bracers. I can't even remember the name of these, but they buff our shields, increase the potency of your shields by 100%. You're getting 8,825 intelligence, that same vitality value, the same resist all elements value, and the percent life is the same. And on top of all of that stuff, you're getting that 75% magic item find to get the grand total to 150%, because the other half is on the boots. Moving on into the offhand. This is pretty much identical to the bracers, helm, chest, shoulders, and gloves, but it adds a little bit of damage, 485 to 600 damage. You're also getting an upped or an increased intelligence value coming at 10,290. And that's not even counting the augments. You're getting an additional 750 intelligence, which is pretty nice. Other than that, though, everything else is pretty much identical. Moving on into the first ring. This is the 1 billion physical skill damage ring, giving you 6,000 to 6,787 damage. Cold fire damage, you're getting percent damage, vitality, intelligence, resist all elements, attack speed increase, critical hit chance, you're getting life per hit, 200% damage to wizards only, 2 arcane power per second, critical hits grant 7 arcane power, it ignores durability loss, you never have to worry about losing it to the blacksmith, has the same 2 movement speed increases as shown on the amulet, and then other than that though, the legendary bonuses from the legendary gems. 52.1% for the cooldown of all skills, maximum 14 arcane power, which is nice, so that's just going to give you a bigger arcane power pool. 56.9% for the cooldown of all skills, resource cost reduction, my bad. Chance to deal 144% area damage on hit and 30% damage to the enemies. Moving on into the second ring. This is the test ring 516 for immortality, so you're never ever going to die while wearing this. This one has 3,882 to 4,337 damage. It is also featuring that cold and fire damage, percent damage, intelligence, vitality, pretty much all the other stuff that the 1 billion physical scale damage ring also had. This one also has 200% damage to wizards only. The gold health pickup radius is set for 100 yards, which is very nice. This one also ignores durability loss, so you never ever have to worry about, losing it, and that sucks when that happens, so we totally feel you guys. 40.9% for the cooldown of all skills, again increasing our maximum arcane power by 14, and 46.8% for the resource cost reduction. Moving on into the boots. This is the second piece that features that 75% magic item find, bringing that grand total to 150%. Other than that though, pretty much identical to the offhand, the helm, the chest, shoulders, etc. So let's just move right on into the pants. These ones have a super high intelligence value, again over 10,000, not counting the augment, which is just insanity. But let's move on to the belt, the final piece of gear we have to show for you. This one's codenamed Hero. I honestly forgot the name of it, man, but it buffs your Archon by giving you 50 stacks when entering Archon form, which is pretty nice. On top of all of that, you're getting the Evocation passive, the Astral Presence passive, and the Audacity passive. 15% for the cooldown of all skills, and 15% for the resource cost reduction. Moving on into the skills. For our X ability, we're picking up Archon in the Mastery skill tree with no runes assigned because you automatically get all of them when using the set, so you don't have to assign any. For the primary ability, we are picking, R2 primary ability, we're picking up Magic Missile with the Rune Seeker. Square ability, we're picking up in the secondary skill tree, Arcane Orb with the rune Frozen Orb. Now, a lot of these can be switched out, like Magic Missile can be definitely switched out. Blizzard, for our triangle ability, and the fourth skill tree with the rune Unrelenting Storm can be switched out. The only one you're really going to want to pick is Archon, and you can place that anywhere on your skills, whichever button you want. Just make sure you put Archon on there. The rest of these are just for added bonuses. For the circle ability and the conjuration skill tree, we're picking up Storm Armor with the rune Thunderstorm, and finally for that mobility skill in the defensive skill tree, we're picking up Teleport with the rune Wormhole. Passives are as follows: Blur, Temporal Flux, Glass Cannon, and Arcane Dynamo. Cube powers being Wizard Spike, Sash of Knives, and the Convention of Elements. Quickly touching on Paragon, everything into Vitality. For the offensive stats, everything into attack speed. For the defensive stats, armor and life. For the utility skill tree, area damage for sure, then gold pickup radius, and then these other two can be touched on. For the follower, we are rocking the Scoundrel follower, who is using the updated Enigma set to feature the Spalders of Zakura to make all of our items become indestructible, and also featuring the Nemesis Bracer. So every time we hit a shrine and pylon, it will spawn an enemy champion. And the skills we are using for the Scoundrel are the Powered Shot, the Anatomy, the Multi-Shot, and the Knight's Veil. And he is using the token that allows your follower to not die, which is pretty essential, I would say. Other than that, though, the Enigma set, pretty good. Not complaining at all. We'll quickly go over the final numbers, and then we'll wrap this video up with some gameplay, doing 3 runs of a GR150. Our intelligence value is at 124,000. Armor is really low at 32,000. That's why I totally would recommend investing a lot of your Paragon points into armor. Our damage is at 644 billion, which is right in that sweet spot for damage. Damage increased by skills is showing a value at 15%. Bonus damage to elites is at 60%. Attacks per second is at 5. Critical chance and critical damage both capped at their respective values. Area damage is at 144%, not bad at all. Cooldown reduction is at 99.66%. Ooh-wee baby, we love to see it at 99%. Makes me feel so good. Damage reduction is at 90.41%. The resistances are super duper high at 97.32% across the board, which is awesome. Moving on down into the life stuff. Total life bonus at 486%. And life per kill is at 17,000. Life per hit is at 71,000. Health globe healing bonus is at 38,000. Bonus to gold/globe radius is set for 100 yards. Maximum arcane power is at 148 with an arcane regeneration of 28.5 per second. Arcane power cost reduction is at 99.44%. Ooh-wee baby. Movement speed is capped at 25%. Gold find is at 721%. Magic item find is at 150%. And finally, bonus experience per kill is set for 8,000. So with all of that gone over, let's go ahead and jump and do some GR150s so we can showcase this build in action. Now, this is a little bit of a slower build, so you're gonna kind of have to get used to the controls of this build as well, because once you enter your Archon form, which is where you're gonna spend a majority of your time, all of your hotkeys are basically going to be adjusted. So it took me a little bit to get used to it, but basically how you want to rock this is you want to immediately enter your Archon form, because that's what this whole set is built and focused on, is Archon, buffing your Archon. And then after you're in your Archon form, you just want to button mash. You want to press all of your abilities. I mean, you can use the Disintegrate ability, which is set for R2. I don't really use it all that much. I find it's not as effective as tele-stomping and hitting them with the explosive blast, and using slow time to kind of get some, just added damage, I guess, because, and if you use the Wizard Spike as well, when you're channeling all your other abilities and stuff like that, like Disintegrate, so if you want to use Disintegrate with the Wizard Spike, you can, because it will also launch an Arcane Orb, and that damage is increased by 400%, I believe. So either way you decide to use it, as long as you're focusing on staying in your Archon form and using all of your Archon abilities, such as, slow time, explosive blast, Wave of Force, all those good ones. Those are going to deal massive amounts of damage, and that's pretty much going to be how you're going to be clearing these rifts. So the only tip I can really give for you, is just kind of focus on learning the hotkeys for once you enter Archon form, because as far as I know, there's no way to change it. So circle is going to be your teleport, X is going to be your Wave of Force, I believe circle is going to be your explosive blast, R2 is going to be, no sorry, circle is teleport. Let me look at it after we, yeah, so once you get into Archon form here, square is going to be your explosive blast, X is going to be your wave of force, and triangle is going to be your slow time, circle is going to be your teleport, and R2 is going to be your disintegrate. Now whenever you cast your wave of force or your disintegrate ability, like I said, you're going to launch, an arcane orb, which is pretty nice. So definitely make sure, you use that. And, if you want to focus on being a more of a disintegrate caster type, where you don't really telestomp up into the enemies, but you're more stay back, stay a little bit closer, or sorry, a little bit farther away. But either way you decide to play it, clear speeds are all going to net you right around 2 minutes. So, like I said, it's a little bit of a slower build, but I think it's just because, teleport has that mandatory cooldown on there, so you gotta wait to be able to cast your next teleport. And then other than that though, it's pretty potent. It's a fun wizard build. I'm definitely not knocking it in any way. It's just, wizards are generally a little bit slower. Even though they have teleport, it got severely nerfed from Diablo 2 to Diablo 3. Like before, you could just teleport everywhere in D2R, man, and regular Diablo 2 as well. So they kind of had to nerf that a little bit to make sure, there's more diversity with the builds in Diablo 3, which I'm here for that. We're here for that, definitely. So yeah, like I said, this is a pretty easy build for beginners because it's just button mashing, and I find the builds that involve a lot of button mashing are just easiest to recommend to newer players because there's hardly any maintenance besides making sure you're in your Archon form. But that's pretty easy to tell because your skills get changed around and you're also floating around looking pretty epic while doing it. So oh man, the Rift Guardian spawned on the second floor there. Oopsies. That's okay. But yeah, it definitely kills Rift Guardians with ease. It pretty much can annihilate any area in the game, whether you're doing campaign content or doing GR150s, so you're going to be able to handle all content in the game with ease. Clear speeds, like I said, are right around 2 minutes to 2.5 minutes from the testing I'm done, so it's not the fastest build, but it's definitely not the slowest build either. You can get some really good rift spawns, where you get lucky and can complete some good clear speeds. So it is a fun build. I would definitely recommend checking it out. It has been nerfed slightly since I think it was patch 2. It wasn't the most recent one that buffed the set. It was the last patch. I can't remember what it was, but I think it was the one that introduced season 26, was it? I don't know, man. I haven't been keeping up with it, but yeah, it's a good set though. I mean, unmodded, you're looking at kind of a little bit of a worse, like not as good set, obviously, but with mods, it makes every set the star of the show. So I mean, it is pretty fun to play if you're looking for a different, like a little bit of a change of pace, and you like playing the wizard. I would definitely recommend checking this out. It can be a lot of fun, and it's pretty decent. And with the cube powers, including the Sash of Knives to take advantage of the 1 billion physical skill damage ring, and also, like I said, the wizard spike to allow you to use disintegrate if you want to, it definitely adds to some pretty fun riffs. I haven't really been complaining at all when playing this build. I think it's fun. I think it's a change of pace. Normally when I play the wizard, I like to stick with the LOD because it's pretty good, and I like using Energy Twister. And if I don't use the LOD set, I'll probably use the Firebird's Finery because I really like Disintegrate. So I tried to make sure to include Disintegrate on this build, because it's a fun skill. And I forgot to also mention, you can, stay out of Archon form, but it's not advisable. You're going to end up getting slower clear speeds than using your Archon, so that's why I had it as the X ability. So I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, definitely let me know by either dropping a like or maybe even dropping a comment, And if you guys dislike this video, feel free to leave a dislike and maybe leave a comment explaining why you didn't like the video and maybe some ways I can improve it for everyone, because all feedback is welcome here, and I want to try to make these videos as best as I can for everyone to enjoy. So With that, man, I'd like to thank each and every single one of you for watching. If you made it all the way till the end, you're an absolute legend, and I really appreciate your support. And I really hope to catch you all in a future video coming out soon. Stay safe, stay happy, and last but not least, stay gaming, my friends. Lion Gaming Crew, signing out.